Me,
Yeah, tell me, Sanyana.
I still have to tape it up.
Okay, take your time. Take your time to tape. Then I wait for you to start the sketch. So today we are experimenting with oil pastels. And let's say here I have two boxes. I have small one and I have a very big one. Yes. Oil pastels is such medium that it's always easier to work when you have bigger set. Yeah. Both as possible, but just kind of mixing colors, getting the tones. Yeah, you will notice, you will feel it once we start working with them. Yeah,
I'm almost done.
very good, very good. You all already should be pro in taping the paper. Yeah, it's so let's analyze. So Juliet, you've chosen this one. I like it also very much. So we have some water. So this is black and white, and it's actually good because it gives us more space for creativity to decide our own what color will be the water. Yeah, water can be blue, can be green, can be blue and greenish. Yeah, with some yellow maybe. Here also I see some little fishy spots. Yeah, and then of course lots of these water lily plants, yeah, that have also shadow underneath. Yeah, the shadow is the must because then it makes it feel, yeah, like realistic. It's sitting on top of the water, it's giving the shade. And of course, very fun boat with a head. Yeah, and so as usual, we're starting with the composition. We need to decide, yeah, where is our boat so it looks good on our page. Yeah, don't make it too small. Be brave, make it bigger. Yeah, so first the first outline for the boat. Yeah, and it has kind of double line. Yeah, because of course boat has this thickness. And you decide, once you put your first line on the page, you can feel if it's too big for the page, you can do the second line from inside. If you feel your boat got too little for the whole page, you can do your second line outside. Yeah, I'm doing inside because I feel my boat is big enough. I don't want it to be bigger. I want enough space for water lilies and so on. Yeah, so I do the second line. Yeah, and let's say, yeah, straight away we can also get those so benches on the boat. It's easy. So just two stripes on top. Yeah, then let's say we have a bench where the guy is sitting, but we don't really see this bench. Yeah, it's more like we will have the head and the hands there, and then maybe we can do the end bench as well. Yeah, so as usually. Yeah, so this middle bench, we can maybe just, you can sketch it very, very lightly with your pencil, just to have a feeling where it is. But then, of course, we draw a big head, hop. Yeah, and then we draw arms a bit outside the boat. Yeah. Again, if I'm rushing, you tell me, yeah, you know how it works, girls, so don't be shy, tell me if I need to slow down. Oh, and there are also some legs. Yeah, he's sitting. It's mostly like just the knees. Then we have big. Oh, here maybe girls can help me with English language. How you call this thing in English? The one I'm drawing right now. Any ideas?
Evie,
Yes, yeah.
you would have to draw the person, the other no wait. Is the person sitting the other way or not?
I mean, the person is sitting. So in the middle of the boat, there is a bench, and this is his head. And I see his knees, I see his shoes, and I see his arms. Yeah, and then he's holding those wooden sticks that you pedal with. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Instead by drawing the person.
So, and then we can get these water.
I'm still not.
Still doing the person.
Evie,
Yeah. Tell me.
I'm still not done.
Okay, I'm not moving forward. I just did this big row of water, but I'm waiting. Yes. In this drawing, these water bubbles, like to me, they look even a little bit like pieces of ice. So not really sure. If you like them, you can keep this shape. Yeah, maybe we can do just some kind of bubbles, or yeah, can experiment. So of course, this is the movement what the boat is leaving behind. Yeah, so not sure. I'm experimenting here with some different shapes. Yeah. Just to get maybe some more circles or some stripes. For some.
Evie,
Your
screen is pausing again.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, I'm gonna try get very little thing done with internet. Yeah, I apologize if internet is jumping. Yeah, I've opened all the doors, so
What are you doing right now?
Say again?
What are you doing right now?
So now I was doing the water, and as I've mentioned, I kind of try to change a bit. So instead here, there are like in this printed drawing, it's a big pieces, looks like ice. So I don't want it to look like ice. So I was trying to sketch maybe some like little bubbles, little circles. Yeah, so just this usual movement we get when we Yeah, the boat is moving. So yeah, it's pretty much sketchy. It's more, I really think just straight away with oil pastels, we will decide how these bubbles look like. Yeah, so it's more like, and then just having fun doing all these water lily plants. So they don't have to be as much and the same as on the drawing. You choose how much water lilies you want. What is important is that you make them different size. Yeah, that the opening goes different ways. So yeah, this triangle, it's not looking only up, but it looks on one side to the other side. And then we have small and big plants. Yeah, and some of them are like even overlapping. They're very close. And some are sitting more in the distance. So very, very yeah, and just playing around. Some can end at the border of the page. Yeah, that's also cool. Look like not the complete, but just like as if half cut it. Yeah.
Evie,
Uh-huh.
I like the look you did on the before painting, so that's one, and by the bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
I did that way.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, with this water we can experiment, see how it works better. Yeah, maybe even those ice cubes looks nice. Yeah, not bad. Just see. Yeah, so take your time to play with all those lily pads. Yeah, and then we're adding also the shadow because yeah, then with the shadows they start looking realistically. And of course I add the shadow like on one side or something. Yeah, so also this triangle I choose just one side where the shadow could be, not both. Yeah, so then it doesn't look believable because of course the light is coming just from one way, so then the shadow is also only on one side. Yeah. And there are also fishes, small fishes around. I find them very cute. Yeah, you can also experiment how many and what size fishes you have. Where are they swimming? So maybe he got scared, the fishes, with yeah those paddle sticks. The fishes are running away. Yeah, and some water lily pads are making very big, so it's just like a trick not to waste time to draw lots of small ones. In some places I do the big ones, and then it's kind of helps me save. So Sanjana will be trying your new oil pastel set. Very cool. I hope you enjoy this medium. There is one thing that is difficult with oil pastels. It is drawing thin lines. So unless your set is brand new, like Sanjana's now, then of course you get your sticks and they are cutted like square. But once you start working with them, of course, they become more round. And with the round one, it's like very hard to get like some thin line if you need it. Huh? So in this case, what we do, one option is, let's say I have some oil pastels, but they are in the pencil. And I have just, let's say, main colors. I have black, I have brown, I have white, and I have like reddish, like sanguinish. Yeah. So in case I need some really, really like little detail, like the point in an eye or something, then I can use those. Yeah. Of course, I can also manage the little things with the classical oil pastel. But then what I do, let's say, I can sometimes try on separate paper where it's leaving the mark. Yeah, so let's say I have some area, so I have some eye, and I need my spot exactly on like very precise spot on my paper. And if I just start drawing, sometimes I don't match it where I move my hand and where the pencil is actually touching. So sometimes I just kind of try on extra paper and then I feel it, the position, and then I can go back to my paper. Yeah, so sounds a bit complicated, but well, today maybe it's not that detailed, but so then all pastels, they become round, and then if you need like a very precise spot, you just kind of tune the position, how you hold the oil pastel and where it's touching on paper, and then it works. Cool. So thumbs up when you're more ready with the sketch. Yeah, the girls are ready. Sanjana?
I'm almost done.
Yeah, so don't worry. You do like the drawing with oil pastels again. Yeah, so I mean, you can recorrect all you did with the pencil, so you don't have to be like so precise with pencil, because oil pastels, like, you could even have started straightly with oil pastels without pencil, because it's also working. Well, let's so give 1 minute to Sanjana finish, and let's analyze. Girls, what would you start with? Would you start with the boat? Would you start with leaves? What's your choice?
I want to do the lilies.
Aha. And Juliet, you agree? The lilies first?
I'm not sure because we're going to have to do the water at some point and it's all going to start blending together if you do that. So maybe the water first.
Very, very good point, yeah, from both of girls. So shall we do first, let's say, greenish spots, and then we go with the water in between? Yeah. So I would go with Ellie's suggestion. So we do first water lilies, and then, yes, actually we go in between. And it's not that hard as it is if we would been doing it with gouache or paints. If we do it with gouache, the opposite. We start, let's say, with the whole water, and then on top we just sit the leaves, and then we don't need to do this, yeah, going around with brush. But with oil pastels, I think it also would be nice. You go in between the water, so you kind of halfly touch, halfly mix those leaves. So yeah, let's try. Yeah. So what we do for leaves, of course, they're all different colors. Yeah, and we can also, yeah, see which greens we have. So you can also kind of prepare, maybe you have a little separate sheet, you can check which green is working good for you. Yeah, which one is darker, which one is lighter. Yeah, maybe with some of them, like very light green, you can put some sunspots. Yeah, and then what actually we can do, we can also, actually, no, the shadow we will do in the end. We will do first water lilies, then water, and then the shadow on top of the water. Then this will look nice. So I'll choose just 4 greens. I will not get myself too complicated with too many colors.
There's here a little bit of shadows. Is it okay if it's like that?
Oh, of course it's okay. Looks cool. Yay.
But on this side, I still didn't do it.
It reminds me a bit this game, you know? Have you ever played this computer game of this?
Yes, Pac-Man.
I don't know, this guy that eats the spots, and you need to eat as much as spots as you can.
I think it's Pac-Man.
Could be. I really don't know the name, but if you guessing that it should be this, it looks fun.
I didn't draw the shadows on this one. Is it okay?
It's okay, yes. So exactly, because now we're going to play a lot with oil pastels, and then the shadow you can also improvise, yeah. And yeah, then we can just start. So let's say, yeah, I can color just my water lilies, and I can go also mixing greens. So my little water lily pad can be just in one color, or it can have mixed colors. So just play around, feel how oil pastels are touching your paper. Yeah, they might be leaving also lots of some emptinesses for the paper. Yeah, like
Is this one here green?
okay. Looks like, yes. I mean, there's also should be written there. They usually write the name.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, or of course you can try on a separate piece of paper. So then you check how, yeah. So I also did it here, like I've prepared.
Green. I have 5 colors of green.
Wow, awesome. Yeah, try all of them. Try which one is light, which one is yeah. So also don't worry, this is like the moment of you trying new medium. So take it more as an experiment. Try to feel, yeah, how it's covering paper. Yeah, so the secret of oil pastels is the way you press them. If I press them very lightly, then I have lots of this white paper showing through. But if only I press just a bit harder my oil pastel to paper, then at once it's covering almost, yeah, everything very, very intense.
I think my favorite color is this one from the oil, from the green colors.
Yay. It's a bit like green bluish, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I love this emerald. What's the name of on the stick?
I don't know.
It's not written?
I don't think it's written, but they're like the colors on the side. Mine are also water mixable again.
Yeah.
So you can mix them in water too.
So also feel free to overlap your water lilies, one a bit on top, one a bit on the bottom. Yeah, you can even like, while now you're coloring, you can rechange what you did with the pencil. Yeah, so oil pastel allow you this kind of.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
My oil pastels are water mixed, but can I try to mix them with water?
Okay, so you mean adding water to oil pastels?
Yes.
Take a brush, give it a try. Not too much water, gently. But what's the specific is that, okay, it says that it's water washable. Interesting. Because usually, try it, of course, yeah. Maybe it's good to try it once you have like blue water done. So you actually.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so like these petals will leave more intense, and once you start covering water, I'm very curious how it works, because generally
Water mixable, that's why I'm really curious. It
yeah.
says in the back it would approximately look like this.
I see.
Like a little like I don't know, like not anymore like crayons.
Yeah.
Pastels.
Yeah, because if you take like the original, let's say, oil pastels, it's already in their name, oil. Yeah, so there is oil inside, and oil is not good in mixing with water. Yeah, they're not connecting. Yeah, so it's not like watercolors or gouache, but so oil pastels, they are, the base is oil, so they're actually very good. So sometimes you can take even kitchen oil, let's say this olive oil or some other cooking oil, and you can actually work with this, and you can also blend them. Yeah, and then they kind of, with the brush, you can move it. The only thing what happens, your paper becomes very greasy. Yeah, you will see on the other side, I mean, if you use this kitchen oil, and
I'm firstly gonna try it on my newspaper.
yes, that's also a good thing, because but I'm curious if it's something special, something new invention, oil pastels that can dissolve in water. That's very interesting. Yeah, also don't forget adding somewhere very small pieces of lily pads. Yeah, so, and somewhere again like a bit overlapping. Yeah, and I also mix colors. So in one lily pad I might have sometimes 2 or even 3 colors. And then, of course, the other side.
I think I had a little too much water.
Yeah. That's I was afraid of this. That's why I said like very little water.
At
but
first, you had it on the newspaper, so it's good.
good. It's all experiment. It's all learning how this medium works, and it's good you make those tries. Yeah, like you say, okay, what happens if I add that much water? Aha. Yeah. Does it works good? Does it works bad?
I think I'm gonna today just let the normal. I'm just gonna draw them normally on.
Yeah, so experiment. What happens? So maybe you need to let paper dry a bit to continue. Yeah, so maybe it's you start with on some other corner of your page. Yeah, and you can see, so I'm like really mixing different colors inside of my petals. Yeah, so I put, let's say, darker green somewhere, like, and then it has white emptinesses of paper, and then I put there inside some other color, sometimes lighter, sometimes darker. So then my petals, they don't look boring, but they look interesting, yeah, from this artistical part of you.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is oil pastels are much easier to clean than any paint.
Yeah, of course, you don't use brushes. You
I
don't...
wasn't really today in the mood after painting class to wash everything.
Yeah, but every medium has its positive and yeah. So, but then paints you need to clean up, but you have other possibilities what you can do with it.
There's 2 colors. I still have 3 to go.
Yeah. So let's say we can play with those lily pads, then we don't need to finish them all at once. So let's say if you get tired of them, we can easily switch also to the boat. Yeah, so then just kind of, and then we come back and we add more lily pads. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all in one row.
Movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like the dark green and 1 second. This green, these 2 greens are almost writing the same, even if they look very different.
Uh-huh. But on the paper, they look the same?
On the paper, they almost look the same. I'm going to show you 1 second.
Okay.
This lily pad here, I'm showing 1 second. This. Wait, I'm just going to show it a little up.
Cool, it's working fine. It's working
Yes,
very
this
nice.
lily pad here, lily pad. I think this one I drew with this one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this one, this dark one. I think you saw it. Dark one. And this lily pad here, I drew with this one.
Okay.
They're basically the same.
They are, well, yeah, so
And I think I can mix them with something for the greens.
this is the artistic solution, exactly. Yes, so you say, okay, I can add some other color and then so it looks different because you can really mix a lot all of these yeah, and sometimes let's say if you got a bit too dark, you just easily take a lighter stick and do it on top, and then you get a lighter version. Yeah, and it can be, let's say I did something dark green, I can take my light green stick, draw on top, and at once I get it's lightened up. Yeah, also works with white. So exactly as we work with white paint, yeah, when we need to make color more pale, so the same story. All right, I will move a little slowly to the boat because I'm a bit tired of the lily pads. I will add more lily pads as we have water and yeah. So the boat. I suggest we do an outline like with some lighter, maybe with sienna, with some lighter. Yeah, so this when in the start we did these two lines, we said it's the thickness of the boat. So I go with the light because then it will be nicely shining. Yeah. Then maybe also I can do the benches a bit. And usually in the boat, then we see these dark parts. Those are like inside the boat. So yeah, it's like it's dark just because the shadow is falling there. Yeah, and also those ones I can mix. I've put this dark brown, and then like I can take maybe another color to fill in those emptinesses. Uh-huh.
I'm done with the lily pads.
Cool. All of them.
Yes.
Wow. Impressive.
Just gotta put them back in my colors.
Yes, this is also what happens when I work with oil pastels. You kind of have 3, 5, sometimes even 7 or more sticks using at the same time. Yeah, so then let's say like Sanyana did now, she stopped working with green, so you just take and put all green back in the box and then start, because otherwise of course you can also have all of them out of the box. That's fine. It's just easier to work when because it's easy to have all of them bit out. I'm thinking maybe I should do a hat, some different colors so the hat looks cool out. maybe even red or something. Yeah. Okay, I'll put pink for now to see how it looks, how it feels. And then later I will precise better. So when I have all my painting done, when I have also water painted, then I will decide that probably maybe a bit more reddish. Just like an accent, you know, just to have it. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, so it's always experimenting. Yeah, how it.
Evie, I accidentally drew a little bit on the hand. Is it okay?
It's totally okay because you can very easily overlap with oil pastels. So if you put there brown, no problem. You can go later with some yellowish on top.
What color are we going to use for the hat?
You see, I'm experimenting. So first I tried pale pink. It was too pale. Then I did some red. Then it was too red. And now I've added some orange in it. So you can try leaving hat empty for now and waiting, let's say, till the rest is done. And then you get the feeling. Or maybe you already have the feeling and you can. But no worries, as I mentioned, with oil pastels, you can really overlap the colors and you can kind of change it. So it's not. Yeah, so let's say now I did those arms. They look a bit too bluish. I want them to look more pale. So what I do, just on top of them, I can put some white. So white. Then I get mixed it and look, yeah, so I had two the same blues, but here I've put it now white and it looks much more pale. It looks nicer rather than this very bright blue. So yeah, because hands are not the most important part of painting. I don't really need to make such a huge accent on it.
Evie, I did the correct and you did the dark one for the floor, right?
So exactly. So dark I do for inside part of the boat, and light is like for those parts where the sitting area is.
I already did the dark one for the light. The floor for the light.
Okay, you did the opposite. Well, it just maybe like means that from outside you can just have your sitting areas differently, you know? So let's say it's like the boats are different, yeah, and but usually, of course, dark part is inside of the boat because it's inside and there is shadow. Yeah, and
actually, I think I got it to be like the normal color.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, so you see, there is really almost no mistakes in oil pastel because you can just paint it over.
I'm now still by the hat.
Cool. Which color you've chosen?
I think I want to do this one to show you. And I think I chose these two.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, let's see how they mix. I will start very slowly playing with water. So then I just understand what works, what not. So first my try is like looking as it is on the picture. It has these water kind of lighter lines. So I've started first with the light blue. And then trying to add also some stripes, some bubbles. Yeah, because with the water we also then we mix different blues.
Evie,
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna use for the pants like a jeans color.
Oh. Interesting.
Evie, where are your feet?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I've totally forgot about the fit. Yes, yes, yes. So I will take some. Yeah, so maybe I already have space even just for maybe very little knees, very little, or just the shoes maybe, yeah.
And the shoes I'm using black.
Cool.
Evie, I'm done until now.
So you're done with the boat.
Yes.
Then you can slowly start exploring your blues and see which kind of blues you have. You can also, again, try maybe first on some separate paper, like what color each gives.
Evie,
Uh-huh.
I did the painting. I did the painting like I did the upper one. Like I feel like that looks kind of new, like fantasy.
Of course, yes, you can do this water at the back the way you feel it. Yeah. So we can also, I'm thinking what to do, like we have lots of space to cover with blue. So maybe I come back and I do a bit more of bigger
Evie,
water lilies. Yeah.
maybe we could do like, if there's some space, like a dolphin in there.
Ah. Okay, this already like each can do some personal touch-ups, of course, yeah. If you feel to do the dolphin, it's a cool idea. Not easy, yeah, but
I think I'm just gonna do it like everybody does. Just do the shape and then just start a little gray, dark blue.
okay.
Because the basic part is the boat and like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not gonna add it now. Add it after I'm done with the bubbles.
So what I'm doing now, to avoid putting too much blue for all the page, I put a bit more of the water lilies. Yeah, then kind of. And then I can also a bit. Okay, I'll go slowly for. So the water can also be like a bit emerald somewhere, yeah, and a bit maybe also we can add a bit yellow. The thing I suggest maybe also to think and add a bit. So think about the direction of the water, if it helps. So I added here a bit of water strokes around the petals, and now I'm thinking, like, what is the direction I should color the water? Like along how the boat goes, or the opposite, the perpendicular? I'll try maybe a bit like a bit perpendicular direction, but then I'll be also changing a bit. And what I do, I'm not like worried or rushing to cover very intense my water straight away. So as you can see, I've used, let's say, one color, and yeah, I have lots of white water seeing through. And then I can take another color, but then I just change a bit the direction. So I don't color in the same, but I do it a little bit more diagonal. And then it helps me to cover like those emptinesses in the paper. Yeah. And then maybe I can take another blue, maybe it's a bit lighter, and then I change direction again, a bit the opposite, and like this. And I'm not worried if I'm getting over my lily pads, because then we still have those dark shadows to do. Yeah, I mean, I also can always correct the shape of my lilies with just another like green, just repeating. But it also works. We're gonna do the shadows. The shadow will make our water lilies like really cool. Yeah. So again, just kind of playing with different blues and not forgetting changing the direction. Somewhere actually, now I look, it even looks nicely when we have those water emptinesses. It even gives us like the feeling of, yeah, the water itself. When it moves, we have this feeling. Yeah, and again, then somewhere I can go and press a bit harder, so my water is darker there.
I have a question. What's the difference between normal crayons and oil pastels?
Yes. So oil pastels are considered to be a bit more professional medium, and crayons are considered to be like what's children use in school, let's say. Yeah, they're just, let's say, easier or cheaper version. Yeah, because for example, I have recently bought a new set of oil pastels and I haven't even tried them yet, but I'll show you now. And they're very expensive. So I got myself like a very fancy present. So, and I've paid them like, I don't know, more than 100 something dollars. Yeah. And let's say this is the brand, the Sennelier brand. Like it's like a Ferrari in the world of oil pastels. Yes. And what's the difference? It's they're so much softer. You paint with them as if you paint with real oil, the way they are leaving the paint on the papers. But the crayons, they're harder. They have less this pigment. So when you do those strokes, yeah, you need maybe like push harder. And so this is the basic difference. Yeah, like crayons, it's just like a simpler medium, and oil pastels can be, some of them can be very fancy, and of course you feel it when you work with them, but of course you don't need to get them now very expensive. It's only if, let's say, you say, oh, I like oil pastels very much, I want to be an artist in this medium, then of course maybe, yeah, you get those fancy ones because you can feel the difference. And yeah, so now doing the water, don't worry if like you overlap and maybe your water lilies disappear a bit. We will come back to them and we will resharpen the shape of water lilies, both with shadow and with, you can just again repeat some green borders, yeah, for it to.
Evie, I made the dolphin on the edge. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna erase it because I think I really want to make it somewhere else. Because I only think 1 dolphin would be enough.
Could be, yes. Let's try. Today it's all about experimenting and feeling how it works and feeling, okay, I can leave white area of paper, and maybe it looks like water. Yeah, so maybe I get like one part of my painting is a bit darker blue, the water, and the direction where he's going maybe a bit lighter, or the opposite. Yeah, so all right. Okay, there are also fishes we can do. Even I actually already like it without fishes, and I'm a bit kind of suspicious. Shall I do the fishes or not?
Maybe. I think I'm not gonna actually do the dolphins.
I agree, though it's hard. Yeah, it's because it's also the way we have our boat painted. We have this like view from top view. Uh-huh.
I still have to do the water.
So you started with the water.
Yes, I'm starting right now with the water.
Cool. With the one that is going behind the boat or the rest?
The rest.
And what about the behind the boat?
Behind the boat already finished.
Ah, nicely, yeah. So you see how I did? Behind the boat, I did like vertical direction, and the rest I did horizontal. So then it also gives these differences. Huh? And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do the fun part of shadows of water lilies. Let's see how it turns out. So I take just darker brown and I go, very nice. This is what I was hoping for. Yeah, so precising a bit those. Yeah. So you see the shadow gives nice touch, but the important is not just drawing this brown line all around the water lily. It's important to do it just on one side. Yeah, so kind of you can play a bit, choose which side, yes, which not, but
Easy. Did you make by the sea? I can already see it that you where the boat is going a little lighter. Where it's a little lighter.
Exactly, yes. I was commenting about it that some part I did more colors and I was turning the oil pastels different directions so they cover better my paper. And actually the top I liked the effect that it looks like shining water. So it was even easier because I did just few strokes there, and
I think it also looks very nice.
yeah, but this is also like some things happen really by accident. Yeah, so kind of some with experience you already know, but sometimes you're just like, oh, looks good, why not?
I'm done.
Whoa, then we can take a look.
Ellie, can you show yours because I need to wash my hands.
Ooh, both of girls are ready. You're fast today, girls. Okay, let's take a look at Ellie's. Hey, sweet one. Yes, yes, I love the, and the water going behind the boat is awesome. The boat itself, and wow, you managed to do so quickly. Yay, and the guy, yes, in the red. Maybe if you want, you can just precise a bit better those paddling sticks, you know, like just like take a pencil and maybe yeah, precise with the color so they're more kind of you can feel the because they're like looking a bit too pale, like disappearing. So just saying, aha, this is part of the boat. But awesome, Ellie, awesome. Wow, I'm very happy.
Okay, now I can show mine.
Yes, now Juliet's. Ooh, wow, girls. You rock. So I would give the same suggestion for those pedal things. Yeah, maybe just make them a bit more confident. Yeah, so they're not lost in the water, but kind of they are.
I just use the darker oil pastel to.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm?
Because I was also afraid that my water was going to cover it. And it blended in around that part. It just looked a little dirty, but.
I understand.
Because like the pastels mix a lot.
Yeah.
And then they also get all over your hands.
But you enjoy working with pastels?
Yes, but I liked the paint better.
I understand. Cool. Noted. Noted for Ellie. She likes paints more than pastels. What about you, Juliet?
I like the pastels better.
Interesting.
The moon is my favorite paint.
Differences between the sisters. La, la, la. Well, it means we do both. Sometimes they, sometimes else. I really like oil pastels. Once you get into them, it's like it takes a little bit of practice to feel how they mix, to feel how they move. But then you really can get kind of cool stuff with it. Yeah. So no one did red fishes. Maybe it's also better. I don't know. Yeah. Here we have there were some fishes in between. So I don't know. I didn't really feel to putting them in, but if someone wants, it's really like you're artist and you make your choice. Yeah. So this is what the most important thing you need to learn as artist is making choices. Yeah.
I just have to make that thing by the petals, and then I'm done.
And then Sanyana is also done. Very cool.
Do you have to use brown, or can you also use like a gray?
Of course, yes. Yeah, you have a big set. You have really. What's your how many colors you have, girls?
Oh wait, 1 sec, Ellie. I have to count. 12. 12.
Amazing! You have only 12, and you got such a drawing. I'm impressed because I have this set is 12, and I always feel it's so small because of course I got used to having this big one, and then I have all those greens and all those blues. So very impressed, Judith, Ellie, you managed really great artwork with such a little.
Can the next painting we do, can we have it be a forest scene?
A forest scene, but of course. Yes, yes, yes.
And there could be deer and a lake and maybe a waterfall.
Okay, okay. We can, yeah, not take maybe everything. I like the idea about the deer. Yeah, it's something very fun. So I'm writing it down. So, the forest, deer, lake, and maybe waterfall. Cool. Yeah.
Not done yet. I still have to do the other half of my lily petals. And I even forgot to draw little lily petals.
Yeah. Ellie, take a look. It was another drawing. It's not really forest, but it's something like a bridge across the, yeah, so some little river. I don't know if you like it.
That's cool. I want to try it.
Yeah, maybe something like this, and then we can add maybe the deer is standing on the other side of the river, on the other side of there eating something, or this is very nice because here we put lots of yellow to get the light, and then we build this bridge in the perspective in the tree, so this could be cool also to try. But our today's boat is also very cool. I'm very happy with it. All right, I stop recording, but we can still chat.